Welcome to Virtual Learning Network. Business Mathematics Session 1 Function. Topic to be covered in the session: function, definition of function, characteristics being a function. और functions के जो विशेषताएं होती हैं वो इस टॉपिक के अंदर कवर्ड करेंगे. एंड नाउ डेफिनेशन ऑफ फंक्शन. फंक्शन क्या होता है? अ फंक्शन इज ए रूल दैट असाइंस टू ईच ऑब्जेक्ट इन ए सेट ए exactly one object in a set B. Set A is called the domain. फंक्शन के अंदर कम से कम 2 डोमेन्स होते हैं और एक डोमेन दूसरे डोमेन्स जिसको हम रेंज भी कह सकते हैं उसके रिलेशंस को शो करता है. द सेट ऑफ असाइंड ऑब्जेक्ट इन B इज कॉल्ड द रेंज. Like the example, domain is given A, B, C, D, and A is the function of A. अगर हम रेंज B के अंदर देखें तो it is denoted as F bracket A bracket close. Same as B, function of B, F bracket B bracket close. Same function C, F bracket C bracket close. Same as D, F bracket D bracket close. तो इस तरह से फंक्शंस को डिनोट किया जाता है. फंक्शन अगर मीनिंग की हम बात करते हैं तो फंक्शन क्या है? फंक्शन इज ए रूल दैट असाइन ईच ऑब्जेक्ट इन डोमेन टू वन एंड ओनली वन ऑब्जेक्ट इन ए रेंज. एक रेंज ये डिफाइन करता है. Function like this formates. There are so many functions given here, and conclude that are these the function or not. A function as a mapping. Function एक मैप की तरह भी हो सकता है. Like as A and B is given here. And every point touched domain to range. फंक्शन रिप्रेजेंटेशन अगर मैथमेटिक्स के थ्रू हम इसको करना चाहते हैं तो इट इज रिप्रेजेंटेड एज एफ फंक्शन ऑफ एक्स इक्वल टू एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस 4. डोमेन द सेट ऑफ ऑल नंबर्स फॉर विच एफ एक्स इज डिफाइंड. जहाँ एफ एक्स डिफाइन होता है उसके जितने भी नंबर्स हैं वो आपके डोमेन कहलाते हैं और जिनको हम डिफाइन करते हैं वो सेट ऑफ ऑल नंबर विच कम्स आउट ऑफ एफ एक्स इज नोन एज रेंज. एंड नाउ एग्जाम्पल हाउ टू सॉल्व द फंक्शन. लाइक एग्जाम्पल एफ एक्स इक्वल टू 1/1 माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर. The domain of f consists of all real numbers except -1 and 1. The range of function f is the set of all real numbers except 0. Example next. GW equal to √4 minus 3W. The domain of G is the collection of real numbers less than equal to 4/3. The range of G is the set of all known negative numbers. So in general, there are 2 reasons why a number is not in the domain of a G function: division by 0 and square root of negative number. They are not defined. Function is often represented by the equation y equal to function of x. We refer y as dependent variables and x as independent variables. So in conclusion, we can say that the right hand side range which always be independent and left hand side domain always be dependable. Composition of function. Suppose that we have two functions x and g. For example, if fx equal to sin x and gx equal to 2x plus 4, then fgx equal to function of 2x plus 4 equal to sin 2x plus 4. And now graph of function. ग्राफ ऑफ फंक्शन मीन्स फंक्शन से ग्राफ कैसे बनाते हैं, क्या उसकी सिमेट्री होती है. द ग्राफ ऑफ फंक्शन इज द सेट ऑफ ऑल पॉइंट एक्स वाई इन द एक्स वाई प्लेन such that x is in the domain and y equal to function of x. Example, find the graph of y equal to x square. So fx equal to minus x square plus x plus 2 by putting the value of 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 in place of x. Then we find if you have put the value 0 in place of x, then fx equal to 2. If you put value 1, then the value of fx is also 2. If you put 2 in place of x, then 2 ka square minus 4 plus 2 plus 2 which equal to 0. Then if you have put 3 in place of x, then minus 9 plus 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 equal to 5 minus 9 equal to minus 4. Same as if you have put the value of x 4, then 16 minus 16 plus 4 plus 2. So 8 minus 16 equal to the value. Same as if we have put minus 1 in place of x, then 1 minus 1 plus 2 which equal to 0. Minus 2, 4 minus 2 plus 2 equal to minus 4, same as the value of 3. And now make a plane of all the 4 quadrant number 1, 2, 3, 4. The value of x-axis by putting 1 equal to 1. 0, if x equal to 0, fx equal to 2. If x equal to minus 1, then fx equal to 0, f equal to minus 2, fx equal to minus 4, x equal to minus 3, fx equal to minus 10, same as right hand side. If x equal to 2, then fx equal to 0, x equal to 3, fx equal to minus 4, and then x equal to 4, fx equal to minus 10. And draw a curve like as given in the graphs. So it is the presentation of function of graph. Intercepts. X intercepts the point where a graph cross the x-axis. Y intercepts the point where a graph cross the y-axis. They are known as intercept. X intercept solve fx equal to 0. So minus x square minus plus x plus 2 equal to 0, and then factorize the equation like minus x plus 1 x minus 2 equal to 0. So the value of x equal to minus 1 and 2, x intercept are minus 1, then the value of fx equal to 0. If you have put x equal to 2 in the equation, then the value of fx is also 0. And we have also prepared this kinds of symmetry. The graph of a function. Some mathematical terms using in graph like parabolas is also prepared by the function, power function, polynomial function and ration functions. The graph of the function vertical line test. A curve is a graph of function if and only if no vertical line intersect the curve more than once. Is the curve the graph of a function or not? So we can conclude this by using these figures. Yes, no. The graph of function definition: a linear function is a function that changes at constant rate with respect to its independent variable. So a linear function is a function of the form y equal to mx plus b, which is the equation of straight line where m and b are constant. अगर हम इसको स्ट्रेट लाइन से जोड़ें तो m जो है आपका स्लोप को शो करेगा, स्लोप ऑफ द लाइन. In coordinate geometry, it can be calculated by using the formula y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. The graph of a linear function is a straight line. It can also be the same form of a plus bx, where b is the slope of the line and slope of line like the figures given here. The slope of non-vertical line passing through the point x1 y1 and x2 y2 is given by the formula slope m equal to change in the position of y divided by change in position of x. This equal to delta y upon delta x equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Parallel and perpendicular lines. Formulation, analysis of model, interpretation, testing and adjustment, all these are the form or steps of the functional model. Real world problem, then formulation of the problem in mathematical model, then analyze the models, then interpretation, then predictions कि अब क्या होगा कैलकुलेट करने के बाद, उसके बाद टेस्टिंग, और टेस्टिंग के बाद we have adjustment of with the real words. So these are the model of function. Modeling in business. बिजनेस के अंदर किस तरह से मॉडलिंग की जाती है. अ मैन्युफैक्चरर कैन प्रोड्यूस ब्लैंक वीडियो टैप्स एट ए कॉस्ट ऑफ $2 per cassettes. The cassettes have been selling for $5 a piece. Consumers have been buying 4,000 cassettes a month. The manufacturer is planning to raise the price of cassettes. Estimate that for each $1 increases in the price, 400 fewer cassettes will be sold each month. Express the manufacturer's monthly profit as a function of the price at which the cassettes are sold. Sketch the graph of the profit function. What price corresponding to maximum profit? What is the maximum profit? All these questions are asking through the problems. And now solution. Profit, profit equal to number of units sold multiply profit per units. So let's P denote the price. So P be the corresponding profit. Number of cassettes sold 4,000 minus 400 into number of $1 increases. So 4,000 minus 400 multiply P minus 5. So profit per assets equal to P minus 2. So profit function equal to 4,000 minus 400 multiply P minus 2 multiply P minus 5. So we have minus 400P square minus 6800P minus 12,000. Profit and part B, profit is maximized when the manufacturer charges $8.5 for per assets since P equal to minus B upon 2A. This implies by 6800 minus divided by 2 into minus 400, which is equal to 8.5. The maximum monthly profit is, we have putting the value of P in equation or profit maximization function, then the manufacturer get $16,900 at a time, and it can be shown by the graph as mentioned here. And now market equilibrium. You know that market equilibrium means देयर इज नो प्रॉफिट नो लॉस. जहाँ पर कोई प्रॉफिट नहीं होती है, कोई लॉस नहीं होता, ऐसा पॉइंट आपका इक्विलिब्रियम कहलाता है. मोस्ट ऑफ फर्म डिटरमाइन द प्राइस ऑन दैट पॉइंट इन द कंसेप्ट ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स. अब हम जो बात करते हैं बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक मैथमेटिक्स की, तो मार्केट इक्विलिब्रियम क्या है? एज पर द लॉ ऑफ सप्लाई एंड डिमांड explained in the economy or economics, in a competitive market, supply tends to equal demand. जितनी आपकी सप्लाई होती है, डिमांड उसी के अकॉर्डिंग होती है. एंड व्हेन इज अकर्स, और जब ये सब चीज़ होती है तो मार्केट इज सेड टू बी इक्विलिब्रियम. दूसरे शब्दों में हम ये कह सकते हैं, जब सप्लाई और डिमांड दोनों एक दूसरे के बराबर हो जाते हैं तो आपका इक्विलिब्रियम बनता है. अगर हम इसको डायग्राम के थ्रू यानी डिमांड कर्व के थ्रू अगर हम इसको प्रेजेंट करते हैं, तो डिमांड कर्व एंड सप्लाई कर्व आर इंटरसेक्टिंग टू ईच अदर एट ए पॉइंट. सच पॉइंट इज नोन एज मार्केट इक्विलिब्रियम. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, if this is a x-axis and y-axis, so the figure which is going through the origin or through the meeting point supplied curve and a line which is using a U shape, that is called demand curve. So they are intersecting at a point which is shown as equilibrium point. Now example, market research indicates that manufacturers will supply X unit of a particular commodity to the marketplace when the price is P equal to SX dollar per unit, and that the same number of unit will be demanded or bought by customers when the price is P equal to dx dollar per unit, where the supply and demand functions are given by Sx equal to x square plus 14 and demand function equal to 174 minus 6x. At what level of production X and unit price P is market equilibrium achieved? That means number of units, and sketch the supply and demand curve. And now solution, Sx equal to dx, so x square plus 14 equal to 174 minus 6x. So x square minus 6x equal to 160, and solving the equation by splitting the middle terms, the value of x equal to minus 16 and 10. Minus 16 we have not considered, so the value of x is 10 and the curve is given here as the supply surplus, and if the curve goes to the left hand side, then it is a shortage or loss to the firm. And now break-even analysis, when total revenue will equal total cost, like revenue and cost is given here, and they are intersecting to each other, which is known as equilibrium or break-even analysis in the terms of finance. Now example, a manufacturer can sell a certain product for $110 per unit. Total cost consists of a fixed overhead of $7,500 plus production cost of $600 per unit. How many units must be manufacturer sell to break even? Part B, what is the manufacturer's profit or loss if 100 units are sold? And how many units must be sold for manufacturer to realize a profit of $1250? So, we know that for the equilibrium, Rx equal to Cx. So, Rx equal to 110x, Cx 7500, which is fixed cost, plus $60 variable cost, because Cx equal to, or total cost equal to variable cost plus fixed cost. So, Cx 7500 plus 60x. So, 110x equal to 7500 plus 600x, and by solving these equation, 50x equal to 7500, x equal to 7500 divided by 50, which tends to 150 units. And question second, what is the manufacturer's profit or loss if 100 are sold, unit 100 are sold? So, Px equal to Rx minus Cx, 50x minus 7500. So, P100 equal to 2500 negative. That means the organization suffers 2500 loss. See how many units must be sold for the manufacturer to realize a profit of 1250. So, Px equal to 1250, 50x minus 7500 equal to 1250, 50x minus 8750 equal to 0, x equal to 8750 divided by 50, which is equal to 175. So, 175 यूनिट अगर फर्म के द्वारा सोल्ड किए जाते हैं, then firm will get the profit of 1250. And for end of the session, define function, or what do we mean by the function, and what are the various characteristics of the function. And thank you for this session.